Greetings, viewers. It's not very often that I find a clock radio at the thrift store with the box. Now, it's obviously not mint in the box, but I mean, for $4.99, how can you complain? I also find it kind of funny. I think it's actually month, day, year, as opposed to month, day, year, like it's supposed to be. Because I bought this in December, not October, or at least I think I did. I don't think it's been sitting around that long. We have a Sony stereo dream machine model ICF-CS750 AM/FM stereo digital clock radio. See, FM stereo reception, dual alarm function, fail-safe headphone jack, power backup function, and of course the rest of it's in French. This is the white model, made in Malaysia of all places. There's an overview of the features. You can go ahead and pause the video to stop and read these, if you so desire. That's what they mean by fail-safe headphone jack. So even if you have headphones plugged in, the alarm comes through the speakers, which is a good thing for customer use. I'm not sure what this would have cost brand new. It doesn't have an original price tag on it or anything like that. So, unless it happens to have the receipt in the box, which I know I've got the Salvation Army receipt, but that's not very helpful to me. So here, of course, if we can get it out, is the clock radio itself, and I think we actually do have a receipt. It's a pretty big thing. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that in a second. But, yeah, here we go. I have no idea where that was. Well, actually, I do know where it was. Apparently, they had all those locations. Funny enough, this is not the one that was anywhere close to the to the one that where I got this clock radio. So it was sold to this guy on this date. It's actually older than I thought it was, and conveniently enough, I actually bought it not that long after it would have been sold for $74.99. Quite a that's a $70 discount that I got this at. Charged to a Visa. There's the salesperson's name. And of course, this was back before we had HST, so it's got both the government sales tax and the provincial sales tax. So, there we are. Home of electronics for over 58 years. You know, I think they were long out of business by the time I was born, so that's a thing. And then we do, in fact, have the AM/FM stereo digital clock radio operating instructions, along with, I think, pretty much everything else. So it is almost mint in the box. Well, it's complete anyway. Sony of Canada, 1-year limited warranty on all of these different things. They were still selling Betamax in 1993. Well, they probably were. It's not as late as I think it is. But when I think of Betamax, I always think of that as being an 80s thing. A primarily mid to late 80s thing. Oh yeah, there we go. Telephone clock radio. Anyway, so there's your warranty. I don't know if it comes with anything. I don't think it has anything else on it. I think it's just that. So, pretty neat that I actually have the, really the only thing in there that's that interesting is the sales receipt. That is cool. I didn't even know I had that. Okay, enough riffraff. Let's get on with the clock radio. Okay, I had a closer look at this and decided to do a little bit of research on this Wackhead place. And my suspicion is certainly right. Unfortunately, Google Street View doesn't go back too far. And the next closest one, I think 2007, it was sometime in the summer of 07. I can't read the sign on the front of the place. But even in 2009, they were gone. And I think, just looking quickly at the sign, what was shown on the sign in 2007, it's pretty similar to that. And yeah, they're not there anymore, unfortunately. So, unless they happen to be in behind. But I don't think that's the case. I think that's a completely different location. This is the building in question here, so long gone. But these guys were around for quite a while. I mean, if we take it literally 58 years from the year 1993, that would have been, what, 1938? I'm trying to think, do math in my head. Somebody will probably correct me if I am wrong, but pretty sure it's 1938, so that would have been just before World War II started. Alright, looking at the clock radio now, which you can see I've plugged in, I find it very odd that there's a dead segment right there, or a semi-dead segment. That's the only one on the entire unit that looks like it's dim. I don't know if this thing has a dimmer on it. I don't see one. So it looks like that is what you get. It's pretty dim, actually. So this thing obviously was well used. It's got a green LED display, which I happen to prefer over the red, just because I think the red is just boring and standard. So, either way, there's our control here. Being a Sony Dream Machine, you get two different radio options, two different alarm options. Alarm A is for the radio and Alarm B is for the buzzer. You can't set it so that Alarm A is for the buzzer and Alarm B is for the buzzer. You just get one buzzer and that's it. Which is kind of unfortunate and limiting. But I guess it's not really meant to be designed to be used by two different people. So, it is what it is. Here are the rest of the controls. There's your clock set button there, hour and minute, and then your two set buttons for the two alarms. We go ahead and turn them on. You can see we actually don't even get an indication on the display that any of the alarms are on. So, it does have a sleep timer. There's the alarm reset and the giant snooze button on the top. There's your tuning knob right there. And then on this side, we have AM, FM band. There is no way to switch off FM stereo on this. And a volume control. It is in fact a ported enclosure. You can see both sides have ports for bass. You can flip it around and look at the bottom here. 7 watts power usage. Takes a 9-volt backup battery. Don't know if that was ever installed. Well, given it looks like that is perfectly flat, it probably wasn't. Usually, if people use those, they got bent up pretty badly. Headphone jack and a line input, which I didn't notice. I'm pretty sure it calls it out on here. Yeah, stereo line in jack. I didn't even notice that. So, that's certainly a neat touch. And the radio actually doesn't sound too bad for what it is. I mean, I can't really, I guess, do a size comparison because I don't have anything that's, you know, a standard size in here that people would figure out. I mean, I have a television remote control here. You can get an idea for just how big it is. I have an Intel CPU heatsink. Can compare the speaker to that. So, that's what I can do. Here's a camcorder. So it's not exactly small, but it sounds pretty decent. Probably can't play too much of that or I'll get my video muted. But It sounds good. It just seems it's a little difficult to tune. But I think that's a common problem with these. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and reset that, and we will go ahead and listen to the radio. We're on FM. So we'll start with that. Some interference there. That's a bad word that I just heard. It's pretty loud. I don't have it turned up that high.
Où on est, le milieu dans lequel on vit, qu'est-ce qu'il y a de bien, qu'est-ce qu'il y a de près?
I've had moments, where I say, like, I would. And we could.
She asked me where
Time outdoors. Unique shopping.
Marché santé.
Yeah, garbage.
I started dreaming, guess heaven's not that far.
Somebody's probably going to call me out for, out of all of the things that have played on this, calling Bryan Adams' Cuts Like a Knife garbage, but I hate that song. I'm sorry. It's terrible. And it's made worse by the fact that it's the only Bryan Adams song anybody seems to play. Pick something good. Okay, well that's it for FM. Let's try AM now. See if we can receive anything. There's a lot of computer-generated hashing here, though, so perhaps not. I can kind of hear some stuff. Nothing clear yet, though.
Your edge over the sportsbook. We are Buffalo's home for wagertainment, an Odyssey station.
To prevent the possibility of obtaining foreign funding and carrying out all the work of the Institute.
Oh, it's doing a better job than some of the other radios I've tested lately have done.
Ontario is reporting more than 13,000 new COVID incidents.
The instrument.
The Golfing Real Estate Show, Hamilton Holding Edition.
Of this latest COVID surge. Reporter Edgar Tragan.
The hospitals use the word staggering to describe the surge in COVID cases among adults and children. They say emergency rooms are near or overfull.
Reporter Edgar Tragan.
Why do people not want to listen to the news, I mean, I get that it's all, that's pretty much what's happening now, but can we have some good news? Jeez, it's just a bombardment of bad news bears. You can see lots of garbage there. I guess you can hear lots of garbage. Drowning out pretty much anything I'd be able to perceive.
be offered for high-risk individuals with symptoms.
Alright, that's it for the radio. Let's go ahead and set an alarm and have a listen to that. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. It's not volume controllable. Certainly unique. Does the Dream Bar actually work? The snooze button doesn't work. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so we got some control issues, but that's okay. The ones that actually matter work. That's pretty much it for this video of the Sony Dream Machine model ICF-CS750. Thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.